Maniga the Wawa Dimada Tamina Doma Lukana Sure Niyama Sambogu Mutavida Senior Shopo Lady Savali and a lady Kyoto, Matija Devo. Are you both say I say? She came years or Shumapa. Say it that she came calling Mamba. You know, you told me to you, Mamba, so that who was the last 2 years ago, she was. That is so the little Mutavi. Senior Shotel Kama Saduna legend who bounce up with a political. She lived in Biavama.
Yesterday, Sayadawgyi spoke about how to do walking meditation in terms of the 3 characteristics, Sabhava, Sankata, Samanya, the 3 characteristics. And he didn't finish yet, so today he will continue. There are other phrases, sentences that explain how to do Vipassana practice. As soon as the object arises, apply effort, aim, observe steadfastly. The mind becomes clean, free of fault, and this is truly good. Cause and effect, mind and matter, one comes to know these things. So Sayadawgyi will speak about, in terms of theory and practice, what happens during the walking meditation.
George Lanze Chaze George Lanum Charo Yeto Di Kaitanima Nanayo Tiare Toto Pinua. The two connect to Nanayo Tiare. The Diari Jonah to set up the Pinula Yuna Tiare Tidia. Pitum Selima like the sheer fire. Keeping my level by your kilo. The Bawa Martina Nova. The chicken level to be a kilo of Yavo, Kotema Poma Bolivar. Pitum Selia Peja. Going at Yesi Gia the Lord. Let all the Salima Tima Liasico Minemare Taluave Korea Pitum Salivo Pumene Shini Kama like the Tima Tulepo Chelapo Tejiva Silly Nikanoya Travel Provide. See, I say so. Hello, Nana, you do a bit of shit. George cannot night. George is a George. George Naga, Nama. George, you are good. People will tell you the money. Organic, don't pay you. In the Yoga, Georgia night, Georgia Naga, Nama, Joraga, Rupa. The Kujani, Kirushi, Dilema, Amia Nale, Amia Sweat Hare, ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တ attva ယောက်ျားမိန်းမမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာသိထင်ရှားတာအတ္တမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတော့လည်းသိထင်ရှားတာဇီဝအတ္တအသက်ရှင်တဲ့ကောင်လေးမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာထင်ရှားတာဟုတ်တာကပါလဲလို့ဆိုတော့ကြောက်ရှင်တဲ့နန္တရားအစစ်စစ်နဲ့ကြောက်ရွံ့ဆင်းစစ်တာပဲအဲ့ဒီအရှိသဘောကိုအခုလိုတတိပဌာန်နည်းနဲ့မသိတော့အမှန်မသိဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အလွဲတွေလျှောက်သိတော့တာပဲတိတ်တလာဖုံးနေတဲ့မျက်စိဟာတိတ်တလာကဖုံးနေတော့မြင်ကွင်းအရှင်းမမြင်တာလည်းရှိပါလားမြင်မြင်မယ်လို့ဒီလိုရှားရှားပြပြီးသားမမြင်ဘူးအိုးလိုဝါတော့မြင်တာပါအလွဲကြီးမဟုတ်တာတွေလည်းရှောက်မြင်တတ်တာပဲဒီဖြစ်တာပါအခုလိုသတိပဋ္ဌာန်ဘာဝနာတကင်းတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေမှာတော့သူတို့ရဲ့အတိဟာတိတ်ကလာဖုံးနေတဲ့မျက်စိလိုပဲအဲ့လိုဖြစ်နေပါလားအမှန်မသိဘူးအလွဲကြီးလျှောက်သိတာပါအဲ့ဒါအဝိဇ္ဇာခေါ်တာပဲအမှန်မသိလို့ရှိရင်အဝိဇ္ဇာဖြစ်တဲ့ဆိုရဲကအကုသိုလ်ပဲတော့မောဟပါတဲ့အကုသိုလ်စိတ်ဖြစ်သွားပြီအဲ့ဒါဖြစ်သွားတာကိုပဲမယုံနဲ့အာယိကအနုတ္တပဆိုတော့လည်းပါသွားပြီစိတ်ဟာကိုယ်လိုတဲ့အာယုံမှာမပြေးမပြတ်ရအောင်လို့ကတ်ထားတာစိုက်ထားတာလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးဥဒိစ္စဆိုတာပေါ့လေဥဒိစ္စဆိုတော့အာယုံကကိုယ်ဟာတော့ဟတော့လွတ်စင်တော့ဥဒိစ္စခေါ်တော့အနည်းဆုံးမောဟအေရိကနတ္တပဥဒိစ္စခေါ်တဲ့အဟုသောစိတ်၄မျိုးကတော့တတိလွတ်တိုင်းပေါ့လေသတိမရှိတိုင်းမှာအဲ့ဒါပါလိမ့်ပါတယ်ဒီလိုပဂတိပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်သရှင်းတဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်နဲ့မသရှင်းတဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်လို့မသရှင်းတဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်ပဲဖြစ်များနေတာပါပဲ
While lifting, while moving, while placing, while standing, in these moments, mind and matter are occurring together again and again. If we want to know them as they are, then we have to observe while they happen. After they happen, the true nature will no longer be apparent. Before they happen, true nature hasn't materialized yet. So only while they are happening can we observe them and know. Just like when we want to see lightning, we have to observe it. We have to look at it when it happens. And if we look, we'll see. If we look at the moment it happens. So it's very important to observe when these things are happening with alert awareness. The mind has to be alert and active, not slow or sluggish. So at the moment of lifting, what lifts, the lifting, is body, and the intention to lift is mind. The intention to lift, the mind, because occurs, and the lifting up, the leg, pushing up from below, going up bit by bit. This is physical. So the intention to lift is mind, and the lifting, the leg lifting, is rupa or matter. when we see these individually, when we are able to discern that there is both mind and matter separately, then it's obvious that there is no person in there. There's no self and there's no soul. What is there? There's just a series of intentions to lift and a series of matter, the foot going up bit by bit. But because we don't know, because of not knowing what is really there, then because of not knowing what is really there with the method of satipatthana, then one doesn't know, or one knows in the wrong way. And an analogy is an eye that has cataract. When there's a cataract on the eye, one may not see it all, or one might be able to see something, but not clearly. One doesn't know really what one is seeing. And without satipatthana, people know in the same way that people with cataract see. They don't see what is true, or they know it in the wrong way. And not knowing what is true, this is ignorance, avijja. This is unwholesome. Together with this, automatically, there will be a lack of shame regarding unwholesomeness, that is ahiri, and a lack of fear regarding unwholesome things, that is anotapa. And there will not be any establishment of the mind on the object. The mind will be separated from the object. This is restlessness, or udicca. And at minimum, there are these 4 unwholesome mind states occurring when we don't know what is there. Every time sati is missing, these 4 mind states will be there. And in ordinary people, there are the stream of consciousness may be clean, pure, or it may be unclean, unwholesome. And for the most part, in ordinary people, the stream of consciousness is unwholesome.
Yudhiri siri sasa tikita kriya, tatisa kriya sura. Eda ko diga thabido chwa se kala ma bo ni chwa ni tong ma sei so le ne chwa le lo di lo su sai so ne shyo ba le ati nya ma phit de ti taw naw ma chwa de amu yaw bo ma sit kale ka ကတ်နေလို့ရှိရင်တခြားတော့စိတ်ကမပြေတော့အဲ့ဒါပဲကောင်းလာပါပြီဒီကတော့နောက်မှတ်ပါပြတဲ့အခါကျတော့တတ်ရှင်းတဲ့စိတ်ကလေးတွေအားကောင်းလာပါပဲစာပြောလို့ရှိရင်ခရိကသမာဓိအားကောင်းလာပါအာယုအတိတ်ဘောဂိုက်မှာပေါ့လေ See, I said, change that guy with a follow, people must say, great. Did he really pick or a car? Can you got the money to pick or other? And a lady at the coolant who sits up, you know, a king yala, let's see, or not. Attack on Maho, attack on Maho, so I bought him. No, how to ballet, so. Joseph Bonita, Nanajo Bears, or what it all things. She died teachers at the Lucian. Mashigo, she looked at it, Burmese, Timamu Havoli, Eda, Mashido. Now, Jwadekana, like Georginaga, Jordaga, you attack on Moho, attack on Moho, Pura Nana, you pay so a sin of it. Sayadaw and in eleven knowledge, however, Tutamia, in knowledge, however. As Tutamia, he gave you letter, sure. Nayo pose Shumakwe Mielote Chipiote. To pose them, I will see as I change of Malo. The Karakama Georgian Nandiazi Sika Katona. To the Messu, the Karakama Joyoboma Sika Katona. Sikaya Ayotiro Da. Nandabove, Rayu the Bove, Rabbi, Titone. Nayo was a Shumakwe, a Shumaluchi Quella. The Gunet Humayo Shumakwe. A Mamadilo, a Luari shouted at Lamshi, a Mandiro, and never a Luati Lamshi over the Quedora. Yona. Yona Nayo Karakoa, Shishin and Tigora. Erikama. Ata Dechi Jodekanamas. The Gati Sade, Nanayo Pomo, Nagoa, Bogutato, Aswaya. Picumiaro. And Picumiara go where.ပြုတ်တယ်ပြတ်တယ်လို့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ရပါတယ်မရှိပဲဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆိုတာပါပဲအဲ့ဒီအတိအလေးတွေရအောင်လို့ဒေချာရှေ့ကြွတာကစာပြီးတော့နောက်ဆုံးတဲ့အထိကိုစိတ်အားစိတ်ချင်သားကြပြီးတော့ရှိရမှာရပါတယ်
Making respect for the practice Sakachakirya and constant practice Satachakirya a priority. While lifting, one notes lifting and observes steadfastly. One has to work like this. And before knowledge occurs, if the mind sticks to the lifting object, then it won't run anywhere else, and this is good. When we can observe a lot like this, with the mind staying with the object, the pure mind becomes strong. And in technical terms, the Khanika Samadhi, momentary concentration, becomes good. Because of applying ardent effort and accurate aim, sati arises, and following that, Khanika Samadhi, momentary concentration, arises. And when this happens many times, when this type of consciousness occurs again and again and again, constantly, then one comes to understand that there is no atta, there is no self, no soul. What is there? Lifting is just body and mind. When we know it as it is, then the wrong idea that we had can no longer occur. In the moment of lifting, what lifts is the body, intention is mind. There's no person or soul, no woman or man. The lifting is just body and mind. So one needs to understand this theoretically. This is sutta jnana, knowledge that's accomplished by learning. And then we need to come to know it practically through the practice. And doing this, when they occur, observe, discern. When mind and matter occur, observe them, note them, and discern. So when we observe the lifting and we come to discern, see clearly the distinction between mind and matter, sometimes the mind will know the intention to lift. Sometimes the observing mind will know the lifting. And at that time one will know this one is mind, this is matter. When they arise, observe, discern. So discerning means that one sees clearly the difference between these two things. One sees them correctly, not in the wrong way. One discerns that there is mind and matter. And at that time, at the moment of lifting, the belief that one had to begin with, the belief in a self, in a soul, it has no chance to arise. And it's said, because of this, it is removed. So in order to gain this knowledge, one has to apply ardent effort and accurate aim and focus carefully on the lifting from the beginning to the end.
As software don't really populate a deity through a yada Java. Through my sheet, a yada teaching Lucian. Don't really populate a talk to like what the Tablo Shabo Yoga Lucian. It is a yada the toilet yada dida. Matamene solution of the don't need to watch it, Pakri watch it. Ye Pazapo, Shavoyo, Lucian, teacher, the Ritachila. Chichi, yes, I did of it. No, I did the woman. John lady to see me to say, elderly, Mimi Yata. But I don't need a palady, you. The Ritalogy Yada did Robolia. Finally, me, Manalucia. Jordan Kaitama bodies or none. When I donated for lady, why did Yada did Robolia? Palilu Sada Sadu so Tavare. Savarima Pare Yada ne Dure, the Baba lady. Yoga Bawali, Nandamawali, the Kura dealer of the so she was to her. The Lobogo Numa sort of. You didn't see such a level. Mimi ya Mate Bogo dealer. Messiza Bogo dealer. Tabale, Belula, Baja, Lesser, lonely, you know. I didn't.
Similarly, in food and drink, there are unique flavors. And if we want to know the flavors that are in the soup or the food or the drink, then we have to put it in the mouth. And when the food reaches the tongue, then we'll know the flavor. If we don't pay attention at the time of eating, one won't know the flavor. But if we put the food in the mouth and chew it carefully, then when the flavor reaches the tongue, then we'll know the taste immediately. And lifting is similar. If we pay attention to the lifting, time and again, if we can catch this movement at the moment it is happening, then we'll come to know what the lifting is. just like knowing the flavor of food. The true nature that we can observe is called not only sabhava but also sarasa, which means that this true nature is like a flavor, that it has its own flavor. And when we observe the lifting, we will either know the nature of matter, rupa sabhava, or the nature of mind, nama sabhava. Who is it that comes to know these? It's the person who practices respectfully and constantly, who observes so as to catch the objects, not reflecting. If one reflects on why it is happening, how it is happening, or what is it that is happening, one won't be able to be in time for the objects. One won't catch them. So the person who works precisely will be able to know the nature of mind and matter.
Eda ko be setပြီးတော့ရှုပါများရင်မကလေးတွေကောင်းလာတော့တိက္ကိစ္စကရိယာဆိုတာရိုးသေးသေးလူမှလို့ပေါ့လေဓမ္မနဲ့ဓမ္မဆက်ဆောက်လည်းပဲမှလို့ရှိရင်မကလေးတွေလည်းစိတ်လာတော့တစ်ချိန်ကြွစေခဏမှာကြွကျင်တာကအကြောင်းနာဆိုတာပေါ့လေကြွတာကအကျိုးရုပ်ဆိုတာပေါ့လေအပေါ်ပြင့်ပြီးတော့မိမိပြီးတော့တက်လာတဲ့အကျိုးရုပ်တရားဟာအကြောင်းနဲ့ဖြစ်တော့မဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာအကြောင်းနဲ့ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာပေါ့လေအဲဒီကဒိဋ္ဌိပြုတ်သွားတယ်ဒီလိုအကြောင်းကြောင့်ဖြစ်တာလည်းပဲကြွခြင်းတဲ့နန္တရားကြောင့်ကြွရုပ်ဖြစ်ရတာဆိုတော့ပေါ့လေသူရဲ့အကြောင်းမှန်ကိုလည်းသိသွားတယ်အကြောင်းမှန်သိသွားတော့ဖန်ဆင်းရှင်ဆိုတာလည်းငကိုယ်လေးကမရှိတာကိုရှိလို့ထားတော့အဲဒီအယူဆလည်းပဲပေါ်မလာတော့အဲဒီအယူဆလည်းပြုတ်သွားတယ်အဲဒါကြွစေခဏနဲ့ကြွကျင်တာကအကြောင်းလားကြွတာကအကျိုးရုပ်ကိုယ်ပြည့်ပြီးသွားပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကြွရုပ်အစဉ်စဉ်ဟာဖန်ဆင်းကမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာပါလေတကူရှိတယောက်ကဖန်ဆင်းထားလို့ဖြစ်တာမဟုတ်ဘူးကြွကျင်တဲ့နတရားလည်းပဲဖန်ဆင်းကမဟုတ်ဘူးဖန်ဆင်းရှင်မဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာပါလေကြွတဲ့ရုပ်ကလည်းဖန်ဆင်းကမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာပေါ့လေရှင်းသွားတယ်အကြောင်းမှသိတာနဲ့အကြောင်းသိတာနဲ့အကြောင်းပဲအာဟိတုကဒိဋ္ဌိဆရာအကြောင်းကြောင့်ဆရာအကျိုးသိတာနဲ့ဝိတ္တမဟိတုကဒိဋ္ဌိအကြောင်းမဟုတ်တဲ့အကြောင်းလို့ယူထားတာပေါ့လေအဲ့ဒါလေးကျင်းသွားတာပဲဒီလိုကြွစေခဏနဲ့ကြွကျင်တာကအကြောင်းလားကြွတာကအကျိုးရုပ်ဖန်ဆင်းကမဟုတ်ပေါ်တာကြောင်းကျိုးတာဟုတ်တယ်ပေါ်နေတဲ့အကြောင်းနဲ့အကျိုးတရားပဲဆိုတာကောင်းကောင်းသိသွားရဲ့ကြောင်းကျိုးပေါ်စေအကြောင်းနဲ့အကျိုးပေါ်စေမှာအခုလိုနည်းနဲ့ရှုမှလို့အကြောင်းကြောင့်အကျိုးဖြစ်ပုံလေးတွေရှင်းသိသွားပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဘုရားဝိจิကိစ္စဆိုတာပေါ့လေတနည်းအားဖြင့်ဝိမတိမဝေခွဲနိုင်တာမဆုံးဖြတ်နိုင်တာပေါ့အတိအကျအဲ့ဒီမဝေခွဲနိုင်တဲ့အယူဆတစ်မျိုးလေးပြုတ်သွားတော့ပဲဖြစ်ခွင့်များတော့ဒီမှာလက်တွေ့အကြောင်းကြောင့်အကျိုးဖြစ်ပုံသိနေပြီလေအာတုကတတိလည်းပြုတ်ပြီပေါ့ကိုယ်ကျင်တဲ့စိတ်ကြွကျင်တဲ့စိတ်အစီအောင်ကြွရုပ်ဆင်းဆင်းလည်းပဲအကြောင်းနဲ့အကျိုးသူအကြောင်းနဲ့သူအကျိုးဆက်ဆက်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေပုံလည်းသိနေပြီလေတခြားအဖို့အကြောင်းမရှိတော့ဘူးဒီမှာငါကလည်းပဲဖန်ဆင်းရှင်ဆိုတော့လည်းမရှိဘူးမရှိတာအရှိလို့ထားတာပဲ era shin dora Bodhama. We would eat to Lord. Masukta Nela, Tuito Huri, Edadi, shin dora Bodhama.
If one continues to observe this, the noting will become very good. And with sakacakirya, working with respect for the practice, one behaves like a sick person moving slowly, and one practices trying to observe again and again with continuity. And so one after another, one observes and the observation becomes constant. So one comes to see in the moment of lifting, the lifting is effect or matter, physical effect. The intention is mental cause. So the going up of the foot, the way the foot lifts up, it doesn't happen without a cause. It's not without cause. So one comes to eliminate the view that things happen without a cause. This is called ahetuka ditthi, the wrong view of causelessness. One knows that it is due to the intention to lift that the lifting occurs. The cause is the intention and the result is lifting. So one knows the true cause of lifting. And because of that, one no longer believes in any other cause. One doesn't believe that it's created by a creator. That idea is removed. In the moment of lifting, the lifting is result and the intention is cause. So when we know clearly that we know that it's not without cause and it's not created by a God. The intention to lift is not a creator, a supreme being. The lifting also is not a creator, a supreme being. It's clear. One knows the cause for lifting to occur, and therefore the idea that called visamahetuka ditthi, that there's another cause, a fictitious cause, it's called the fictitious cause view. This type of idea is eliminated. In the moment of lifting, what lifts is the effect, physical effect. The intention is mental cause. So lifting, it's not without cause, not created by a God. Lifting is just cause and effect. When cause and effect arise, if we observe them and know them clearly, then doubt, vichikecha, or vimati, this inability to decide, doubt and indecision, these have no chance to arise. When one knows what the cause is in reality, then one won't accept any other cause. One knows that only the relevant cause will lead to the relevant effect. Only the intention to lift leads to the lifting. Before, when one didn't know, one inserted a cause. One didn't know that things happen by cause and effect, and so one had the idea that there's a creator. But now, one knows how it really is, and one is free of doubt about how things really happen. One is free of indecision. This is called vimati, the inability to decide.
ဒီတေးဖို့လေးတွေအစနာနေရုပ်ကြောင်းကျိုးဆက်ပုံလေးတွေသိကြအသေးဖို့လေးတွေမလို့ရအောင်တတိထားပြီးတော့ရှိမှရပါတယ်အစပိုင်းတော့ခက်တယ်လို့ဖြစ်ပေမဲ့လို့လေ့ကျင့်မှများလို့ရှိရင်နောက်တော့လွယ်ကူလာတော့ပါပဲဘယ်လောက်ပဲခက်ခဲတဲ့အရာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်လေ့ကျင့်ပြီးပါလေ့ကျင့်ရင်နောက်တော့ကျွမ်းကျင်လာတော့ပဲဒါဓမ္မတာပဲသူကတော့ဘုံဘောကဆရာဆက်ချင်းကြိုင်ရဲစွာရှိမှပါယုံနာနှမျိုးကြောင်းနဲ့ကြို့တည်ရိုးမှပါဆိုတာပေါ့လေဝိရိယတတိသမာဓိတွေအားကောင်းလာလို့ရှိရင်ပထမခဏိကသမာဓိအားဖြစ်လာမယ်ခဏိကသမာဓိအားဖြစ်လာလို့ရှိရင်ယုံနာကွဲတည်မယ်ဆက်ပြီးတော့ရှုလို့ဝိရိယတတိသမာဓိတွေတဖန်အားကောင်းလာလို့ရှိရင်အကြောင်းနဲ့ကြို့သိလာမယ်ဒါတော့သိကြပါရဲ့အဲ့ဒါကိုကရှင်းစားလို့သိတာမဟုတ်ဘူးအခုလိုအာရုံနဲ့ပေါ်ကြိုက်မှာစိတ်အားစိတ်ချိန်သားကြပြီးတော့စောစောမြဲရှုလို့တတိသမာဓိတွေနောက်ကလိုက်လာပြီးတော့သိသွားတာပါရှင်းစားလို့တော့ဒီလိုသိဖို့မလွယ်ပါဘူးဒါမို့လို့ယောဂီတွေကိုတားရတာမရှင်းစားကြပါနဲ့ပေါ်လာတော့မိမိရဲ့စိတ်အားစိတ်ချိန်သားကြပြီးတော့မလွတ်အောင်စောစောမြဲမှတ်ပါဆိုတော့တိုက်တွန်းရတာပါပဲ
Like this, mind and matter, matter and mind occurring together as cause and effect. Just like they occur in actions like lifting, so too they occur like this in when we blink our eyes or open or close the eyes. Mind and matter, cause and effect are also happening at these moments. And if we want to know how this happens, starting with the very small actions, we have to do these minor actions with awareness. And at first it's difficult to apply our effort and aiming to observe these actions. But later it becomes easy. No matter how difficult something may be, if one practices so that one develops one's skill, it becomes easy. When the rising arises, apply effort, aim, observe steadfastly. Mind and matter cause effect. To know these is correct. When there's effort, and following that, mindfulness, sati, and then momentary concentration, when one applies one's observation and continues to observe, one comes to know mind and matter. And continuing to observe, one comes to see how these are related as cause and effect. This is sure to happen through the practice. So we don't come to know this because of reflecting or analyzing. It comes about because of steadfast observation, accurate aim, ardent effort, bringing about sati, then samadhi, and knowing follows. So Sayadawgyi urges you, don't reflect, just observe so as not to miss the arising object.
အဲ့ဒါလိုဝိရိယတတိသမာဓိတွေအားကောင်းလာလို့ရှိရင်တတိပဋ္ဌာန်သုံးပါးပြထားပါတယ်ဘုရားလည်းပြောလို့ပါပြီသမ္ပဇာနာအယသမ္ပဇညာသမ္ပဇညာဆိုတာသမမကံသိတာတကယ်ရှိကိုသိတာတော့သမမကံသိတော့နာနဲ့ရုပ်တွဲဖြစ်နေတာအကြောင်းနဲ့အကျိုးတွဲဖြစ်နေတာဒါဘယ်လိုမှ Otherwise, it is a little man, you know, me out. Download Sanchana, Mamagandita. Tito Village. No people that did about Pivita, the Pivisum data. Pivisum no data, Sanjina. Sayadaw dida mahu, Sayadaw dida mahu. Kuren Kuja, Ado Kuren dida, Sanjina. Dida, Atina, Tom you travel at Dhamma. Mamagana Timu, Tijan. Pivisum no Tijan, Kuren Tijan.
Like this, when virya, sati, and samadhi, effort, mindfulness, and concentration become good, what occurs is sampajana or sampajanya, as said in the Satipatthana Sutta. Sampajanya. Sam is a prefix, it means correctly. Samjanya means to know correctly what really is there, to know mind and matter, to know how they are related as cause and effect. This is correct, one can't deny it. So samjanya means to know correctly, one meaning of it. And one not only knows correctly, but one knows completely. This too is samjanya. And one knows not because the teacher said it or we read it or someone who knows told us. We know for ourselves. So this word samjanya has three meanings. To know correctly, to know completely, and to know for oneself. And no one can deny that this is so.
George Kalama, I do. Tito, Bari Tito, Nana Yoko. George and Nan said. Joy said, the near George and Jonah said, Joy, Joe says, Jonah, Joe body. That is Tigora. Go give a Tigora. Paloma to social fluidity. It's a punching yellow cover, go Nana, Jonah, to go. She said, Tigora. Yo says that Dhamma, Savalu Dhamma, who did a Tamina Diva. Tiga Jose Kalama, one who drives and in Siasa Chinaga Malo. Eddie Ayama, the Liga Vido, Kuniga the Madidi, Abdi Ladeka. The Tida. Two each other Tida to but in Yasra, two each other Tida. And then you may not go with your Tida. Two each other Tida. As you did by Yava, something, and you probably say something. Ya Mama Kanga, go with your teacher. Baby, so don't go with your teacher. Go with your teacher. Don't you, young Mama Kanga, two your teacher. People don't choose a teacher. Go and choose a teacher. I do a team, you are Montacare. Go by a deal cover. The Diato de Soda, Gorema, she did a Jojo the Yunan Diari. Sadi 20 of them, who went to Yoru, did of you for a net. I do, these are a DDP or Lota, as I wanted. None about it.
When we know like that, in the moment of lifting, what is it that we come to know? We come to know mind and matter. Mind occurring in a series, the mental intention occurring in a series, matter occurring in a series, the lifting occurring in a series. So we come to know this. What we know distinctly. It's not mixed up. One thing and another are seen very, very distinctly. And this is what is meant by pajanya in pajanya, to know distinctly. One knows mind and matter as two separate things, two different things. When one knows cause and effect as two different things, clearly. And one doesn't know because of having read about it or having heard about it. Hearing about things, reading things, this is just an ordinary way to know things. We come to know because at the moment of lifting, applying effort and accurate aim, sati arises, and then khanika samadhi, momentary concentration, and this momentary concentration becomes strong. Then we know. So the knowing is special. We know in a special way, not an ordinary way. So there are these two meanings, knowing clearly and knowing in a special way. And if we combine the meanings of sampajanya and pajanya to get the full meaning of sampajanya, it means to know correctly and distinctly, to know completely and distinctly, to know distinctly for oneself, or to know correctly in a special way, to know completely in a special way, to know in a special way for oneself. So these types of knowledge that arise are our own knowledge, and we should understand that we work to bring this knowledge about practically, not theoretically. We try to learn this in a practical way.
Anupassana aya famantata timi pure timi piensa vale. Lega timi la damo pagu. Wa chuang ayong li po lai jane edisi pure bin sai asai hu. The ko ku pa ga vale. Sai a pi ro ai ma tati kata. Tati ma ya vale the ko ku pa twa vale. Santa vole pa twa vale. Jwe su hu so ra vale. Edi ma sai kri sai ja da khanika tamari tari pa vale. Era ri a pi twa lo chi yin sampajanya aya vale. Ati nya le ji po la da le. Hello, Poyara. Changi Kila Yoshi, take it Sakaria. You did Shufalo. That is Sakaria. Sisi Sasa Tamanatama Makwaya, Shufalo, Suraboro. Tiboma, a chunk shalu yavare. Very chowny, Maki the Miado. Pero ma chuang ha de kha ma khanika tamari le ma phit nai khanika tamari ma phit nai bu so lo chi yin ai chwa se khana ma yau ne na chau chau set pho le ma thi achain ga cha yaung twa me po le ba ma ma thi phit phit nai ma le to ma ဒီတော့အလုပ်တစ်ခုပြုလုပ်တော့မယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တေချာတဲ့အမှန်ပဲရှိတဲ့အကျိုးရနိုင်တာပဲလို့ယုံကြည်ထားလို့ရှိရင်ဆန္ဒပြည့်ပြည့်ပြည့်ထားပြီးတော့အလုပ်ကိုယိုသေးတယ်လို့ဖို့စစ်စစ်ဆက်ဆက်ဓမ္မနဲ့ဓမ္မဆက်ဆက်အောင်မှတ်ဖို့ဆိုတာယောဂီတွေမှာတာဝန်ရှိတယ်ဆိုတာပေါ့လေညွှန်တဲ့အတိုင်းတာဝန်ကြည့်အောင်လုပ်နိုင်မှငါတို့တကယ်အရှိအမှန်တရားတွေကိုအခြေခံစပြီးတော့သိနိုင်တယ်ဆိုတာပေါ့လေဆွဆွမြတ်မှတ်ဖို့ရအတွက်ဒီနေ့ဘုန်းကြီးလေးလေးနဲ့ထပ်ပြီးတော့ကြွတဲ့ကာလမှာပေါ့လေစာထုနဲ့လက်တွေ့ပေါင်းစပ်ပြီးတော့ရှင်းလင်းတင်ပြပါလေညနေတိုင်းလုပ်နေကြပါစေညနေတိုင်းလုပ်လို့သိကြလေးတွေသိပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ယထာဘုရားနုပသနာဘာဝင်တော့သမုဝပိဋိဝဆံပစ္စယတိဆိုတဲ့ကျမ်းဂန်နဲ့အညီပေါ့လေအကြောင်းနဲ့အကျိုးရှိနေတဲ့ဟာကိုလို့ရှုလို့သိပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ပြစ္ဆွာတူဝေရပေါ့လေပြစ္ဆွာတူဝေရဆိုတာယုတ်ရှိတယ်လားယုတ်မရှိတယ်လားအတ္တကုန်ရှိတယ်လားမရှိတယ်လားဆိုတာပေါ့လေပြစ္ဆွာတူမရှင်းလည်းမပြတ်သားတဲ့တွဲပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတဲ့အတ္တဒိဋ္ဌိပေါ့လေအဲဒီအတ္တဒိဋ္ဌိပြုတ်တော့မှာလားဘောဆာဆာလို့ရှိရင်တော့ပြင်းထန်တဲ့တွေ့ဝမှုလည်းပဲမကင်းမရှင်းလည်းမပြတ်သားတွေ့ဝမှုမကင်းဘူးလို့ရှိရင်မသိတာတွေကများနေတော့တကယ်ရှိနည်းနည်းရုပ်ကြောင်းကျိုးဆက်ဖို့လည်းမသိမသိဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ဒီတိုင်းခရီးသွားရတာဟာအယူဆလမ်းလွဲတွေရောက်နိုင်ပါတယ်လမ်းမှန်လို့ထင်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့လေအဲ့ဒါတွေလွဲသွားနိုင်ပါတယ်အခုလို့လမ်းမှန်ကိုအစတွေ့ထားပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒီလမ်းမှန်ကိုရှောက်မှစကမ်းမှာရောက်နိုင်တယ်ဆိုတာပေါ့လေတစ်ဆင့်လဲတိုးပြီးတော့သိကြဖို့ပါပဲအဲ့ဒါဒီနေ့လမ်းမှန်ကိုစာတုနဲ့လက်တွေ့နဲ့ဖော်ပြပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီလမ်းမကိုတိတိကျကျရှောက်နိုင်ပြီးတော့တကယ်အေးချမ်းတဲ့စကမ်းမှာဆက်အောင်ကြိုးစားနိုင်ကြပါစေလို့လေးလေးနဲ့တိုက်တွန်းရတဲ့ဒီနေ့တရားအဆုံးသတ်လိုက်ပါရစေ
The meaning of the word anupassana is repeated observation or repeated knowing. And this anupassana, repeated knowing, observation, does not come for free. When the lifting arises, in order to get the mind to the object, one has to apply ardent effort. This is one element. Due to effort, sati arises. So it is said satima in the text. There's also the factor of sati that is needed. And further, there's the jhanic quality of aiming. One has to have focused aiming. And the mind falls collectedly on the object when these are present: ardent effort, mindfulness, and accurate aim. The mind falls collectedly on the object. This is kanika samadhi, momentary concentration. This also must be present. And when these factors are full strength, then knowledge arises. So if one looks at what the cause is for knowledge to arise, it happens due to respectful practice, sakacakirya, respectful observation of the object, and santachakirya, observing so that one moment of awareness is not separated from another, so that they happen one after another without gaps in between. Without these causes, being present, then momentary concentration will not arise. And if momentary concentration does not arise, there won't be any knowledge. One won't come to know mind and matter, nor how they are related as cause and effect. So if one is going to do a task, one should have faith that one can get something valuable from doing it, and desire or zeal to get the valuable results. Knowing this, the yogis have the responsibility to observe with respect for the practice and trying to gain continuity or constancy. One needs to do as instructed in order to know what really is there as it is, and so that the yogis will know how to work. Sayadawgyi has talked about in the moment of lifting, what happens in terms of theory and practice. So if yogis do as instructed, applying the instructions as mentioned, then what will happen is yatha bhutan. I don't know, I can't say the Pali exactly, but what happens is that by seeing things as they really are through the practice, one dispels the intense delusion. The intense delusion that doesn't know whether there is a self or not. The very sick, wrong view that exists. Through the practice, through seeing things as they are, this wrong view falls away. This intense moha, intense delusion falls away. If one works superficially, then although one may know from time to time, not knowing will be in the main, and one won't come to know mind and matter. And then one's journey is going along the wrong way. One can miss the right path. So one needs to find the start of the correct path and follow this correct path in order to reach the place that is safe and peaceful, the destination of the right path. So Sayadawgyi urges all of you to be able to work so that you can follow the right path and to do it according to the instructions so that you will reach the safe place at journey's end. That's all for today.